The film begins as Shivangi happily interacts with her husband, Veer. They are newly married and deeply in love. Although both partners are from royal houses in India, they reside in London, where Veer opts to get his law degree. One day the couple received a letter expressing admiration for and showering praises on Veer. The letter is signed by one Chief Bismal. Although the couple do not know this chief, they are touched by his kind words and cherish the amulet that was gifted alongside the letter. In the following days, strange things started occurring in their mansion, but the couple did not suspect the amulet for 1 second. One night, Veer is woken up from sleep by strange laughter. It seems only he can hear it, as his wife is sound asleep beside him. He gets up from the bed and follows the eerie sound. It leads him to an open window and an empty but vigorously rocking chair. Veer is frightened by the development. He is even more frightened when a nebulous figure appears next to him, but disappears just as quickly. Despite his fear, he investigates further, but does not find any humans who could be the source of the laughter. He then goes back to his bedroom in order to catch some sleep because he has a long day ahead of him. But as soon as his eyes flutter closed, blood from the ceiling drips on him. He barely has time to react before a dark life form enters his body. In the next scene, as Veer is reading and spending time with his wife, he starts convulsing and is immediately taken to the hospital. Veer is admitted to the medical facility, but his health steadily declines. His body begins contorting unnaturally, and he begins growling in strange tongues. The doctor tells Shivangi that Veer is suffering from a rare disease called tetanus. He further tells her that there is no cure. Shivangi is heartbroken and devastated by this news. Soon she receives an emergency call from her residence. She rushes home to see that all of Veer's photos have been marred with black goo. Her maid, Kesar Ma, believes that it is black magic. Kesar Ma states that Veer is the heir apparent to the throne, and his stepmother hates this. The maid believes there is a huge chance that this misfortune was instigated by Prince Veer's stepmother. Shivangi runs to her family home back in India and reports the matter to her parents and brothers. Ultimately, Shivangi's family decides to fight magic with magic. They visit an exorcist in order to remedy Veer's condition. The exorcist attempts to confront the spirit by entering the spirit realm through a mirror, but he is soon expelled since he's too weak to confront the entity. The exorcist refers Shivangi's family to the most powerful spiritual master in the land, Mewar Baba, whose real name is Jai Singh Gujar. Shivangi shudders on hearing about Jai because she has a painful history with him. But she forges ahead to meet Jai in order to save her beloved husband. Some years ago, she was deeply in love with Jai. They had a very sizzling romance, but one of her uncles, named Ran, caught wind of their tryst and attempted to blackmail her. When Shivangi proved too stubborn to give in to his blackmail, Ra'an then attempted to force himself on her. Jai stepped in just in time and defended her honor by fighting off the pervert uncle. Upon Shivangi's pleas, Jai let Ran go. But Ran promptly reported the scuffle and gave a twisted narrative to Shivangi's father. Jai was then charged in court, convicted, and then sentenced to prison for 5 years. This messed him up for sure. But what broke Jai even more was the fact that it was Shivangi's testimony against him that sealed his fate. She denied being friends with him, not to mention being in love with him. She emphasized that she could never be associated with him, as he was a mere shepherd. Meanwhile, Jai has just got back from a mission where he relieved a girl from demonic affliction, but did not take a single rupee as compensation, even though her father offered. He told the father that he won't take money because he was trained in spiritual arts to help people and not to enrich his pockets. As he arrives at his modest home, he relives painful memories about Shivangi and what she ultimately did to him. It is at this point that he is visited by a royal messenger bearing news of Shivangi's appeal. He is bitter from his experience with the woman and wants nothing to do with her. Although he flatly refuses, the royal cart remains stationed on his land for hours. As an infuriated Jai moves to the cart to drive it away for good, he discovers that Shivangi has actually been in there for hours. He bluntly asks her to leave, but she pleads with him. Jai says that her love may have been fake, but his hatred is very real. Shivangi admits her wrongdoing but begs that Jai should not take his wrath out on her innocent husband. She then pleads that Jai learned the spiritual art to help innocent people like Veer. This point she makes strikes true with Jai. He then reaches a compromise. He tells her that although he normally does his service free of charge, he will take a very high fee from Shivangi and her family because they are royals. Shivangi then replies that there is nothing more valuable than Veer's life. In order to save Veer, Jai travels to London with Shivangi. On getting to the hospital, the maid tells Shivangi not to go into her husband's room, as she will not be able to bear the sight of him. Kesar Ma tells Shivangi that while Shivangi was away, she has had time to adjust to the gruesome reality. Shivangi ignores Kesar Ma's appeal and rushes to see her husband. The sight of him startles her and almost buckles her knees. Veer has become disfigured beyond recognition. Jai also takes in the sight and states that the malevolent spirit has completely possessed Veer. He says that a witch is stealing Veer's life force, and that a solution has to be made within the week, or else Veer will be lost forever. Jai then demands that Veer be moved from the hospital and back to the matrimonial residence. The doctor in charge resists this initially because he does not believe in magic and spirits. But when he witnesses the display of the spirit possessing Veer, he doesn't kick against the idea anymore. Veer is moved back to their mansion, and Jai immediately springs into action in order to save him. He tells Shivangi that the witch cannot have influence from thousands of miles away, except she uses a medium, media such as food, trinkets, flowers, etc. Shivangi then remembers the amulet from earlier, and gives it to Jai to examine. Upon its examination, Jai states that it is the cause of Veer's predicament. He then comes up with a risky plan to neutralize the effects. He tells Shivangi to chant certain mantras for 15 minutes while he dips the locket in the Thames River at exactly 3 a.m. He tells her that she must not stop for any reason before the clock strikes 3 a.m. Then he tells her to focus on the task, because any slight error will cost the lives of Veer, Shivangi, and Jai. The spiritual entity relentlessly fights against Shivangi and Jai's plan. As Shivangi is chanting, a healthy Veer comes to her and asks why there is so much ruckus in their home. Shivangi is elated that the ritual has worked, and her husband is now in good condition. As they share an embrace, her eyes flit to a wall clock that reveals that it is not yet 3 a.m. Turns out that the spirit manifested itself in order to jeopardize the ritual. It mocks and laughs at her before disappearing, and Shivangi is devastated. Meanwhile, in a shocking twist, Jai reaches the Thames River and cackles as he reflects on the fact that the events are going according to his plan. Turns out that Jai has actively been plotting Veer's downfall in order to hurt Shivangi. He cursed the jewelry and contracted someone to deliver the same to Shivangi's residence. As he gazes into the Thames River, he declares that just as only a snake's venom can cure its bite, so also can only the amulet cure the disaster it has wrought. As the last word leaves his lips, he tosses the amulet into the river and revels in his sweet, sweet revenge. Meanwhile, Veer is still sick, and Shivangi bitterly blames herself. Jai does nothing to relieve her guilt. Instead, he plays along. Jai then gives a speech and declares that he will travel back to India to fight the root of the malevolent spirit. Before he leaves for the train station, Shivangi thanks him profusely and offers him cash as promised. But Jai declines, stating that the job is not yet done. When alone, Shivangi suddenly remembers that when Jai was giving his speech and making declarations, he stated a detail that he ought not to know. Jai had mentioned the name of the chief who signed the letter, even though Shivangi had never mentioned it. She comes to the realization that Jai is not as innocent and noble as he claims. She races down to the station in a bid to confront him. When she does, Jai doesn't even try to deny it. He is instead bold-faced and proud of his revenge scheme. Overwhelmed with emotions, Shivangi gives him a resounding slap. She then reveals the reason why she lied on that fateful day in court. She tells Jai that her father wanted him off because of her pervert uncle's lies, and also because Jai injured the said uncle. A shepherd boy beating an elite was not a good look. Her family was prestigious, and her father needed to cleanse any stain that might affect their status. He had already given the order to off Jai, but Shivangi pleaded for his life. The compromise was reached that Shivangi would lie, and Jai would do time. Shivangi tells Jai that, at the time, she loved him with all her heart, but that her truth would have gotten him ended, and so, she had to do the needful. Upon learning this truth, Jai is touched by Shivangi's confessions. He gets a change of heart and decides to save Veer by any means possible. He makes several attempts to cure Veer, but it soon becomes clear that the spirit he summoned is no longer under his control. Feeling utterly helpless, he summons his guru spiritually. His guru tells him that because he awakened the spirit and promised it a soul, it will not rest until it gets a soul. The guru then tells Jai that the solution to his problem is on a moonless night, where God's broken home lies in the midst of hills. Jai is perplexed by this revelation and shares the information with Shivangi. The codified message confuses the pair, but eventually they get a breakthrough when Shivangi's driver, named George, gives insight into a dilapidated church that is situated on a hill that is called No Moon Hill. The pair, along with the driver, race down to the place. It is unclear whether Shivangi and Jai still have feelings for each other, but they are focused on the task at hand. They are also respectful to Veer and maintain a civil distance, which speaks a lot about their character. On reaching the church, they meet a mysterious old woman. From her words and actions, it is clear that the strange woman knew about their challenges even before they set foot in the church. She gifts them charmed Celtic daggers and gives insight into the ritual that may save Veer. As soon as they reach the mansion, the ritual involving the Celtic daggers and a huge mirror begins. Jai eventually uses the mirror as a portal into the spirit realm. He fights the entity in order to retrieve the amulet from its grasp. The spirit overpowers him, but he manages to use sleight of hand to pass the amulet to Shivangi so that she will burn it and sever its hold on Veer. The infuriated spirit is about to escape through the portal and finish Shivangi and Veer for good, but Jai smashes the mirror, thereby closing the portal and trapping himself in the realm. Shivangi catches a glimpse of Jai smiling peacefully from a shard of the mirror before it completely disintegrates. Veer then immediately comes to life. After 2 weeks, Veer and Shivangi find Jai's note, evidencing that he willingly offered his soul so Veer could be freed and Shivangi's happiness restored. Veer is touched by this and places Jai's photograph upon his mantelpiece as the film ends.